Hi, I'm very happy to be here with you today. Our lesson today is about vocabulary.
So our lesson today is about vocabulary, and we are going to look together at word prefixes. What are the prefixes? They are the letters you add to the beginning of a word, and these letters, as you can see, we have them here in blue, like on, re, pre, and miss. So you add these letters to a word to give certain meaning. Why did we choose to look at prefixes today? Because it will help you understand the word. If it is a new word you don't know, and if there is a prefix, you know the meaning of the prefix, it will help you understand the whole word. So here, in case, of course, these examples, we have unhappy. Of course, you know the word happy on its own. So if I add un to it, this means that this person is not happy. If I have replay, as in the case of our second word, so replay, of course, I think because you use your cassettes, you will know that replay means to play again. So re here has a different meaning. Pre-cook, again, you know the meaning of the word cook on its own. So pre-cook means before doing the action, before cooking. Place, and then we have here misplace, which means that you put something in its wrong place, okay? So these are some examples of the prefixes, and we said a prefix means the letters you add to the beginning of a word. Let's have a look at some of these prefixes and know the meaning of each. So, as we said, each prefix has a meaning. Re means again, as it shows in front of you now. Re means again. Let's look at the examples. Replay, as we said, means play again. Rewrite means write again. Reread means read again. And I think some of your teachers may tell you to rewrite your essay, means to write it again. Maybe there are some mistakes, maybe you need to add some ideas. So to rewrite means to write something again. To reread the text, let's say, means to read it again. So again, I will tell you the meaning of re is again. So whenever you find a word having the prefix re at the beginning, means to do the action again. Let's look at another example of a prefix, which is un. And I think most of you know the meaning of the word un, okay, which means not. So un means not. In our case, we have unhappy means not happy. Unlucky means not lucky. And unusual means not usual. Okay? So again, when you have un at the beginning of the sentence, means at the beginning of a word, means not. So unhappy, not happy. Unlucky, not lucky. Unusual, not usual. So by now I think you know the meaning of two of the prefixes. Re, which means again, and un means not. Let's have a look at other prefixes like dis. And also dis means not. Look at this example. Dislike means don't like, okay? Means not like. Disrespect means not respect, and this is something which we don't like to see with people, concerning people, okay? Disrespect is something which is not nice. Dis at the beginning, the prefix dis, and respect means not respect. Disconnect, which means not connect, okay? So we have this, the prefix at the beginning of the word, and of course all of you know the word connect. When you mostly connect on the net, you are connected on the net, or sometimes you find that you are disconnected. There is something wrong with the connection. So disconnect means not connect. So dis as a prefix means not. Dislike, not like. Disrespect, not respect. And disconnect, not connect. Let's have a look at another prefix, which is pre. And here pre means before. So preview means before viewing. Pre-cook means before cooking. And preschool means before school. So some of the children, they go to a preschool, means they go to a place where they do some learning before actually joining the school, okay? So we call it pre. So the prefix pre means before. Preview, before viewing. Pre-cook, before cooking. Preschool, before school, okay? So we have in this slide, we are talking about this as a prefix, which means not, and pre, which means before. Very good. Let's move on. Another prefix we are going to look at is the prefix miss. And be careful, miss here is M-I-S, okay? Don't confuse this prefix with any other word, okay? Because sometimes there are words which are pronounced the same, but in our case here, this is the prefix miss, M-I-S, okay? It's different from the verb to miss, which is M-I-S-S. Here miss means wrong. So when I say miss something, means it's wrong, okay? Example, misplace means wrong place. Sometimes you put something and you put it not in its place, so you misplace it. You don't find it after that. So misplace means wrong place. Misuse means wrong use, okay? To misuse something means you use it in a wrong way. Let's say some people now are misusing internet. Some people are misusing mobile phones. Some people are misusing the Bluetooth. And I think you know that very well. So to misuse something means to use it in a wrong way. Misspell means wrong spelling. And some of our students, they misspell some of the words. It means that they write it but not correctly. Maybe they forget one of the letters, maybe they add some letters, and so on. So we have misspell means wrong spelling. So the prefix miss, M-I-S, means wrong, okay? We have misplace, wrong place, misuse, wrong use, misspell, wrong spelling. Let's look at another prefix. We have the prefix over. And here over is different from the preposition over, which is on top of something, okay? Again, we have to look at words into their context, okay? So whenever you have the prefix over here, means too much or more. It's not the preposition over, okay? It's the prefix over. So it means too much or more. Example, overeat means eat more. Oversleep, sleep more. And overwork, work more. So here when you overeat, it means you eat more, and this may cause some health problems. Oversleep, and when a person sleeps for more than 8 hours, so this person is oversleeping. And overweight, when overwork means to work more. Again, we can add to that, which is another word, which is overweight, when a person is obese. So we have again the prefix over, and it means too much or more. As you notice, after each prefix there is a small dash. Can you see that? Can you see this dash here? We have miss. After miss there is a dash. After over there is a dash. Why is that? Because this dash means that there is a word is going to be put in this place. This means that over is not a word on its own. This means that over is a prefix, and that there is another word is going to be added to this prefix. It's the same as miss here, means another word is going to be added to miss. As you can see, misplace. Place came in the place of the dash. As for over, you have overeat. Eat came in the place of the dash. So whenever you find a prefix, you find that it is followed by a small dash, which tells you that there is another word going to be added. Okay, so let's have a look again at what we got. We have miss, which means wrong, and we have the prefix over, which means too much or more. Let's look at some other prefixes. We have in, ill, and all of them mean not. Okay, again you have there is a dash after it. You have in, there is another dash, another dash, and ill, another dash. Okay, so all of them also mean not. So a question we are going to look at while we are working is when to use okay, when to use in, when to use when to use ill. Sometimes students confuse them. Okay, I'll just give you a secret, okay? Let's look at this word. Incorrect means not correct, okay? So you used in. In our second word, we have impossible, okay? Did you see that after the M word letter, you have the P letter, okay? So that's why I underlined the P letter, which is the P sound. So you use M whenever you find a word starting with P. So it's impossible, which means not possible. So this is a small clue for when to use M. So only M when you find a word starting with P sound, to make it easy for you to pronounce. It's easy to say impossible and not any other pronunciation. Let's look at Again, if you look at the word here, the example, we have irregular, and also you choose when you find a word starting with the R sound or R letter, okay? So it is according to the spelling and pronunciation of the word which is going to be added to the prefix. So if you have the word starting with R sound or R, Then you choose the prefix er to make it easy for you to pronounce. So irregular, which means not regular. Let's look at the last case in our slide today. We have ill, and let's look at the word, the example. We have illegal. Again, I put line under the letter L in the word legal. So again, whenever you find the word starting with L, you just add the prefix ill. Again, to make it easy to pronounce. So we have illegal, which means not legal. So let me repeat again. Im, in, ill, all of them mean not. Okay? When to choose when to choose when to choose ill is according to the word which comes after the prefix. If you have a word starting with p or p, then you put to make it easy to pronounce. If you have a word which starts in r or r, then you use again to make it easy to pronounce. If you have the word starting with l, then you use ill to make it easy to pronounce. So it's like impossible, which means not possible, irregular, not regular, illegal, not legal. Okay, I hope this to make it easy for you, because sometimes students find it hard to use one of these. Okay, so of course, and the first example is incorrect, which means not correct. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now after you knew the meanings of these prefixes, now it's time for you to do some exercise. So let's look at these exercises. It says match the prefix with the word. The prefixes are re, un, im, in, dis, miss. I think by now you know the meanings of these prefixes. So, remember, means not, re means again, un means not, im means not, in means not, dis means not, and miss means wrong. Let's look at the words. We have popular, which means famous or a known person. Behave means how you deal with others. Formal means it is something of prestige or prestigious. Responsible, to be responsible of something or to take care of it. Organize, to arrange things. Polite, and arrange. So these are the words we have: popular, behave, formal, responsible, organize, polite, arrange. Let's have a look at the prefixes again. Re, on, im, in, dis, miss. I will give you 1 minute to try to match the prefix with the words we have here. And then we are going to look at them together. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. I hope that you did them all correct. The first one, and the word which comes with it is responsible. Remember when we said that whenever I find a word starts with r or r, then it's better for me to use the prefix So we have here irresponsible to make it easy for me to pronounce. Irresponsible. The second prefix is and it is rearrange, means to arrange again. Sometimes you would like to change the decoration of your room, let's say. So you rearrange your room, means you put things into another order to make it look as if it is new room, let's say. So we have rearrange means to arrange again. Irresponsible means not responsible. Okay. And the word is unpopular. Unpopular, which means a person or whatever is we are talking about is not popular, not famous. And we have impolite. Impolite. Okay, remember when we said that when I choose the prefix and I choose it because I have the word starting with p, polite. Yes, I heard your question. What about the one on top of it? Why did I put here on? Very good question. Because on is different from okay? So it's okay to say unpopular because this is a different prefix, but when I talk about as a prefix, then I try to put p, the word which starts with p after it. So both of them have the same meaning, okay? Un means not, means not, but the two prefixes are different. Un is different from So it's okay to say unpopular, but it's very hard to say impolite, okay? It should be impolite. I hope this answered your question. The difference between unpopular and impolite, okay? Let's move on. You have and in this case we have the word formal. Informal means that it can be in a way of a friendly. When you write an informal letter, it is a friendly letter, let's say, which is the opposite of formal alone. And formal, if you write a formal letter, then it means you're writing a letter to your boss or to a person you don't know or to a bank manager or to a company and so on. But when we say informal, means it is a kind of a friendly letter. In the case of a letter or an email or a meeting. So we have informal. And we have the word disorganize, which means not organize. Okay, so again we have which means not formal. Disorganized means not organize. Okay, so we have disorganized and it means it's not organized, not arranged. And we have misbehave. When your young brother or sister, they misbehave, they behave in a wrong way. If they start, let's say in a visit, they start crying or they do something wrong, we say it is they misbehave in front of other people. So again, let's have a look at them all from the beginning. I hope that you answered them correctly. irresponsible, rearrange, unpopular, impolite, informal, disorganized, misbehave. I'll repeat them. Irresponsible, rearrange, unpopular, impolite, informal, disorganized, misbehave. Just have a look at them for 10 seconds. Okay. Now, in our second exercise, you are going to add the suitable prefix. And the prefixes are all put up here for you. So we have pre, miss, over, dis, in, and re. Let's remind ourselves with the meanings. What is the meaning of pre? Yes, before. Excellent. What about miss? Very good. Wrong. Excellent. Over? No, it's not a preposition which means on top of something. This is a prefix. Over as a prefix means more. Very good. Or too much, remember? Dis, yeah, we said it now, it's not. In, perfect, which means not also. Re, very good, again. So, we are going to have some words and you are to add the suitable prefix, okay? View. Of course, you know the meaning of the word view. Okay? Which prefix should come with that? Let's see. Yeah, it's preview. Preview. And it means before viewing. And this happens when? If you go to the cinema and you would like to watch a film, what they do is that they preview some of the coming films, some of other films. So you know the idea of the film which you did not see yet. You are going to see it later on. So we call that preview. Means you know some part of the film or of the movie without actually seeing the whole movie, okay? We call that preview. Means that you watch part of the film before you watch it as whole. This is preview, okay? Let's look at another word, do. So we have the verb do. Which prefix can come with the verb do? Come on, guess it. Yeah? It's overdue, okay? Overdue means, remember we said the word or the prefix over means too much. When we have overdue means you do something to the utmost, okay? You overdo something, okay? You do it to the higher extent, okay? Overdo something. We have these two words, print and build. So, what is the prefix which would come with the verb print? And I think you know the meaning of the word print. means to print something using a typewriter or a computer. So what is the prefix which would come with print? And I think it's going to mean that it has mistakes in printing, okay? Mistakes. So, or mistake or wrong. Something is wrong. Yeah, excellent. Misprint. Misprint means that you print something and it has some mistakes, okay? Or one mistake, and sometimes we find that in magazines or newspapers. Misprint means that there is a word which is printed in a wrong way. Very good. What about build? The verb build, again, you know the meaning of the verb build. What do you think the prefix would come with this word? Let's have a look. Yes, it's rebuild. And what does that mean? It means to build something again or to renew it, to make it new. Let's say you have an old building and you would rebuild it again, means to just remove some parts and modern it, okay? Make it modern. To rebuild. Accurate, and of course accurate means correct. Okay, accurate means correct with no mistakes. So what is the prefix I'm going to add to this word? Yeah, inaccurate. Inaccurate, which means not correct, not so accurate, not not in the correct form, okay? Inaccurate, it means it has some mistakes. Inaccurate. Then we have advantage. Advantage. Okay, let's look at the prefix. It is disadvantage. Disadvantage. Which means it's, of course, something which is not, okay, not in the advantage of something, okay? Disadvantage. So, let's have a look at the words. Again, when we added the prefixes to them, so we have preview, overdue, misprint, rebuild, inaccurate, disadvantage. Preview means to view something before you watch it all, and we said you can find that in the cinema when you watch some parts of a film or a movie before actually watching it, okay? Before you watching it. So this is preview. Overdue means to do something to the utmost, more of doing something, okay? Overdue. Misprint means to print something with some mistakes. Misprint, to print something in a wrong way. Miss. Remember we said miss as a prefix means wrong. Rebuild, to build something again, okay? To renew something. Inaccurate means not correct, not accurate. Disadvantage means not advantage, okay? Which is disadvantage. I think you know that, you know this word well, disadvantage. Let's have a look at some other words, and you are going again to add the suitable prefix. You are going to add the suitable prefix. We have pre, miss, over, this, on. Okay? So the prefixes we are going to look at now in this exercise is pre, which means before, miss, which means, yeah, excellent, wrong, over, which means, yes, very good, you got it, means more, this means not, not, and on, excellent, not. Let's look at the words. Now you have all the words in front of you. I'm going to give you, I will read the words first, and I will give you time to put the correct prefix to each word. Okay? So the word is like, exercise, honest, perfect, play, historic. I'm going to read the words again. Like, exercise, honest, perfect, play, historic. Remember, you are going to put each prefix into to the correct word. Okay? I'll give you 1 minute to do that. Okay, the first one, like. What is the prefix? Yes, I heard you, un. Unlike means not like, okay? So, when do I use unlike? Unlike, I use it when I compare between two things. Let's say she is unlike her sister, which means she is not like her sister. She is different. So, unlike here means different, okay? Remember when we said that I can use dislike, but in a different meaning. Dislike means you don't like, you hate. So, if I say unlike, the meaning here is different from dislike. Both of them are correct. I mentioned this earlier. When we say dislike, means you don't like, you hate something. I dislike cheating, means I hate cheating. I don't like it at all. It's something which is not nice. But if I say unlike, means different. I can say English is different from Arabic. So it is, English is unlike Arabic. We have to write it from left to right. It's unlike, different. Okay, what about exercise? Yeah, it's over exercise, which means to do more exercise. And sometimes we do over exercise when we have, let's say, when the players got a football match or it's important for them, they do over exercise, they exercise more. Okay. What about honest? Dishonest. A person who is dishonest is something which is not good at all. Dishonest means not honest, not true, this person can be liar, can be thief, steal things. Dishonest, which is something we really don't like. What about the word perfect? Imperfect, yeah. Remember, Now we have the word perfect. It starts with P, and the most suitable one here is im, because it's easier to pronounce. Imperfect, which means not perfect, not very good. Okay, what about play? Misplay. Okay, and here in this case, misplay means that you play in a wrong way. To misplay, and you can find this word when we are talking about, let's say, a football match and the player misplays the ball. Prehistoric, yes, I said it. So we have historic and we have the word pre, the prefix pre. So prehistoric means before history, okay? Means something which happens before history. Remember, prefix pre means before. So let's look again at the words. Unlike, over-exercise, dishonest, imperfect, misplay, prehistoric. Again, unlike, over-exercise, dishonest, imperfect, misplay, prehistoric. So now, if you have, let's say, this word prehistoric in a sentence, if you know that you cut the word into, let's say, some pieces, okay? If you know that pre means before and historic has to do with history, then you will understand that prehistoric means before history. So it will be easy for you to know the word even without checking its meaning in a dictionary. So we are now predicting the meaning of the word, okay? If you have a word like over-exercise in a piece of reading, in a reading text, and you can't guess the meaning of the whole word, over-exercise, it's a new word. Now, by now you know that over is a prefix which means more, and then you cut the word into two halves, you'll find that over means more. You know the meaning of the word exercise, it will be easy for you to know that it means more exercise. That's why we are focusing now today in our lesson on prefixes. They are very small words, as you can see, small letters, okay? But they are important in knowing the meaning of the word. Let's move on. Now it says match the word with its meaning. So we have the word, which these are the words, and the meanings are here. So you are to match the word with the meaning we have here. Again, the words, okay, the words with the prefixes, okay, and the meanings are here in this column. So I'm going to read the meanings and then I'm going to read the words. Number 1, exhausted, exhausted. Number 2, send something again. 3, hear something wrong. 4, not afraid. 5, different. And 6, the opposite of kind. Again, I'm going to read the words again. The meanings again. Exhausted, and exhausted means very, very, very tired. Okay? When you study for long hours, you feel exhausted. You feel very tired. Send something again. Number 3, hear something wrong. Number 4, not afraid. 5, different. And 6, the opposite of kind. Let's look at the words now. unkind, unafraid, overtired, dissimilar, mishear, resend. So let's look at the words. Unkind, which means not kind. Unafraid, which means not afraid. Overtired. Overtired, which means to be very tired. Dissimilar, which means not similar. Mishear, not hearing the thing correctly or hear in a wrong way. And resend, the last word, to of course you know that re means again, and the verb send means to send something again. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to match the words with the meanings. Okay, so think, and I think by now you are going to do them all correct. Okay, so now we have the meanings there. I'm going to read them again quickly. Number 1, exhausted. Number 2, send something again. 3, hear something wrong. 4, not afraid. 5, different. 6, the opposite of kind. Okay. Yes, very good. Exhausted means overtired. So when you feel very, very, very tired. Number 2, send something again means resend. Sometimes you send your friend an email and this email she or he doesn't receive, so they tell you to send it again or resend it. Okay, it means to send this email again. Hear something wrong, and of course you know the word wrong here, and the prefix which means wrong is, yeah, very good, miss. So the word which means hear something wrong is mishear. Number 4, not afraid means, of course, or the word is unafraid. Excellent. Different, yeah, dissimilar. Dissimilar means that, of course, you have the prefix dis, which means not. So if I have not similar, then it means different. The opposite of kind, unkind. Very good. Excellent. So I will repeat again. Exhausted, overtired, send something again, resend, hear something wrong, mishear, not afraid, unafraid, different, dissimilar, the opposite of kind, unkind. Very good. Now we come to the last exercise we are going to do today, which is match the situation with the correct word. I'm going to give you a situation and the words are there. You are going to match the word with the suitable, with the situation. Okay? The words are preview, overstay, misprint, repay, uncomfortable, preschool, repaint. Again, preview, overstay, misprint, repay, uncomfortable, preschool, repaint. The first situation we have is they decided to change the color of the walls in the living room. So, what is the suitable word for this situation? They decided to change the color of the walls in the living room. So, change here. This is one of, I think, the key word, change. Yeah, it is repaint because it means to paint again. So the color is already there and they want to change it. Okay, so the color is there but they want to change it. That's why we say repaint, means to paint the walls again. The other situation we have is at the cinema you watch some clips of future movies before the main film. Yeah, I said it while we were doing our lesson. Let's see that if you still remember. So at the cinema, you watch some clips of future movies before the main film. Very good. Preview. We said that now. And let's look at this another situation. You visit your friend, but you remain there for too long. So the situation is you visit your friend, but you remain there for too long. What do you think? Yes, it's overstay. So, and the key word here is remain for too long. Overstay. Okay? So let's look at these again. They decided to change the color of the walls in the living room. Repaint. So as we said, the color is there and they want to change it, so they will paint again. Repaint. Okay? At the cinema, you watch some clips of future movies before the main film. Preview. So when you watch, you watch some clips, some parts of the future movies or films. Okay? Before you watch the main film you want to watch. So we call that preview. It's like giving you information about the coming film. The last situation, you visit your friend, but you remain there for too long. So you visit and you stay for more time than it should be. So it's overstay. You stay more than a person should do. Overstay. Okay? Let's look at other situations. Again, the words are the same. We have preview, overstay, misprint, repay, uncomfortable, preschool, repaint. Let's look at the situation. Your 3-year-old sister goes to daycare. So 3-year-old sister means the young sister, okay, and her age is 3 years old. She goes to daycare, and daycare means somebody to take care of her in the day, in the morning, because she's very young. So we call that what? Yes, very good. Preschool, which means before going to school. Excellent. Preschool. So your 3-year-old sister goes to daycare. This situation means preschool, means before school time. Let's look at another situation. A newspaper has some typing mistakes. So the situation says a newspaper has some typing mistakes. So if there are mistakes, there are some errors in typing, we call it what? Yeah. Very good. It is excellent. Misprint. So as remember when we say miss, the prefix miss means wrong. So we have wrong in printing. So this is some typing mistakes. Misprint. Another situation, a friend helps you, so you want to help him or her. So a friend helps you, he does some help for you which you needed, and so you wanted to do some help also. What do you think is the suitable word? Yeah, repay. Here the word repay, it doesn't mean you pay money. Okay, be careful because it's important to understand the context, to understand the word and to use it correctly. In this case, repay means to do a favor to a person. Okay, a person helped you, so you would like to help him again, to do a favor, to do something nice, and it has nothing to do with money in our case here. Okay, so a friend helps you, so you want to help him or her. This the word which suits here is the word repay. Let's look at this situation. A wooden chair is hard and doesn't have a cushion. Of course, you know, a wooden chair, it's like the chairs you use in school, and it's the chair which is made of wood. And it is hard and doesn't have a cushion. Cushion is the soft thing to sit on, to rest, okay? It's like a small pillow or something like that. So a wooden chair is hard and doesn't have a cushion. This means what? What is the word which represented this situation? Excellent. The word uncomfortable. It's when you sit on a wood chair and you don't feel comfortable. Okay? So a wooden chair is hard and doesn't have a cushion. This means uncomfortable. Let's look at the situations from the beginning. Your 3-year-old sister goes to daycare, and the word which is suitable here is the word preschool. A newspaper has some typing mistakes, misprint. A friend helps you, so you want to help him or her, repay. A wooden chair is hard and doesn't have a cushion, uncomfortable. Okay? By this we come to the end of our lesson today, and as you saw, our lesson was mainly about prefixes, and we said that prefixes are the letters, some letters we add at the beginning of a word, and each prefix has its own meaning. Okay? And when I use a prefix, it changes the meaning of the word itself. Okay? And by the way, prefixes are important in English. They change the meaning of a word, and also it's easy for you to just use a prefix instead of saying the whole situation as in this. Okay? Thank you, and see you next lesson.
This is the end of our lesson. I hope it was useful and you have enjoyed it.